Hi guys, and welcome back to Vlogmas Day 6. I got asked a question about staying on a budget. You know, it's the holidays, gift giving, all of that good stuff. So I'm gonna give you all of my little tips and tricks that I use when I'm shopping for Christmas presents. It's only a few, but I wrote them down just so that I wouldn't forget them. All right, so the first thing is you actually need to make a budget, right? That does not mean I'm going to sit here and spend $50,000 on this person and $2 on that person. We're not doing that. We're not there yet. We're talking about the overall budget, right? So say for instance, the total budget that you want to spend on everybody combined is $1,000. So you know how many people you have to buy, whether it's, you know, adults, children, co-workers, whomever it is. You add all of that up and you say, this is what I'm doing. It's $1,000. We're not going over that. So everybody has to fit into that. Now, if you make this budget, stick to the budget. That is the point of it. We're not trying to be broke and paying back all of this stuff come January. So make a budget first and foremost. Forget about even who you're buying stuff for. Make that budget first. Once you put that on paper, it's tangible. You got to stick to it. It's binding. Okay? Do what you got to do. The second one is really, really important, and I think that, I'm not going to say it's a problem, but a lot of people do this, and sometimes we just do it subconsciously because, you know, you get caught up in the holidays, you get caught up in the spirit, whatever it is that you get caught up in, and you wind up spending what you don't have. This goes back to the original number one of making that budget. If you set $1,000, do not go over that budget. Do not get credit cards or open credit cards or use credit cards that you haven't used in a long time and charge a whole bunch of money, because guess what? As I said, in January, you got to pay that back. Now, true indeed, you don't have to pay it back in full, but if your interest rate is high, you're going to have a whole bunch of interest that's going to get tacked on. You don't want that, right? You want to be able to pay for everything in cash. If you do use a credit card, make sure that you can pay for it when that statement cuts, so that you're not carrying over all this unnecessary money and paying for something for years and years, Christmas 2022, and you still paying for it in 2025. We're not doing that, okay? Let's be smart about what we spend. Again, Christmas is not necessarily about the presents, right? It's about the family. It's about Jesus, okay? Keep that in mind. You do not have to go haywire just because it's Christmas. All right. Moving along. First of all, do they even deserve a gift from you? That's the real question, okay? Because let me tell you something. If they don't get them a gift. Just that simple. You're not obligated. If somebody does not deserve a gift, for whatever reason you deem fit, they don't get a gift. End of story. You don't got to think twice about it. You don't got to feel bad about it. None of that stuff. Don't give them. Just that simple. Mark it off your list. I'll catch you next time. Whatever. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it this year. I'm not celebrating Christmas. Whatever you want to tell them, whatever you got to do, that's fine. Okay. How long have you known this person? Okay. If it's your kid, then clearly since they've been born. But that still goes back to the first one, or no, the third one, do they deserve a gift? But that's another story. But yeah, how long have you known this person? If this is like a new relationship, like a new boyfriend, a new girlfriend, y'all just started seeing each other, and we only 3 weeks into the relationship and Christmas comes about, do you get them a gift? I think at 3 weeks, yeah, you should get somebody a gift. If you're dating them, y'all are kind of like serious now. If this is just like a, you know, little late night calls here and there, whatever you want to call it. However y'all categorize that, situationships, you know, grown people ships, whatever. You don't have to get them something, but I mean, it'd be nice, but nothing too heavy. Nothing too heavy, because what you don't want to do is, depending on who the person is, you don't want to scare them away, number one. And if you've only been talking to them for like 3 weeks, you don't have to go out and buy them Tiffany, although it's nice, because we like Tiffany, but you don't have to go out and do that. And for a guy, you don't got to go out and buy him a Rolex. None of that craziness. We talking 3 weeks. Get something small. If you don't know what to get, look on Google, type it in. What do you get for a 3-week anniversary? It will tell you. It's probably, I don't know what year it is, but it's probably paper. Okay? That means get him a card. Get him a Christmas card and a teddy bear. Whatever. Same thing for Valentine's Day. It still applies. 3 weeks is way too short to be getting anybody anything super, super extravagant. Okay, next one. Are you buying for kids only, or are you incorporating adults? That is a very, very important thing that you need to think about when you're writing your budget. The reason I say this is because kids are sometimes easy, especially if they're little kids. You get them a Barbie, you get them a Hot Wheels car, like little kids, you know, Play-Doh, stuff like that. That's simple stuff. They don't really care. They just want something to play with, because I'm going to tell you something. In 5 minutes, they're going to be playing with the box anyway. They don't care about the toys. Teenagers, again, easy. Teenagers, money. That's really it. Give them money, because then they can just go buy what they want. Unless they give you a list, they tell you what they want. Most of the times, it's electronics, like video game consoles, sneakers, and clothes. That's really it. Teenagers are very simple. Adults are a little tricky, because if you don't really know that adult, you don't know what they like, what they don't like, things like that, you might feel different types of pressure. So when you're making your budget, determine if you're going to get for just kids or if you're going to put adults and kids into it. Some people, they like to just say, you know what, we only doing kids this year because it's too many adults. I don't feel like buying for everybody. I don't have for everybody. That's fine. Just buy for the kids. Okay. Next one is, oh, I hate this one. This is, please listen. Put this at the top of the list right before making the budget, just as a reminder to yourself. Do not, and I repeat, under any circumstance, do not give a gift just to get a gift. Let me say it one more time. Do not give a gift just to get a gift. And the reason I say that is because a lot of people be like, oh, well, I'm not going to get her nothing because she ain't get me nothing last year. Oh, I know she's not going to get me nothing, or he's not going to get. That's not your problem. That's not your karma. Don't worry about that. Stop worrying about what the other person is doing. If everybody in the world just did that, we would be so much happier. If you want to give somebody a gift, you're giving it out of the kindness of your heart, right? So that's all you need to be focused on. You cannot control what somebody else is doing. You can't control what somebody else is thinking. So focus on that. If you want to give them a gift, give it to them. But don't be like, they better get me something in return. Now, is it nice to get something in return? Absolutely. Absolutely. But it doesn't mean that you're going to get one. So guess what? Put your big girl panties on and put that in your head that, you know what, they might not get me nothing, so you don't feel stupid if you don't get anything from them. Okay? You can't worry about that. If you don't want to give them anything just on the basis of that, then fine. That's your prerogative. Do that too. But don't give it to them and just be like, okay, well, they have to give me something. They don't have to do anything. Sad but true. Next one. The reverse side of that one. Don't feel obligated to give somebody a gift just because they gave you one. Now, I know you said, Star, it's like nice to get a gift. Yes, it is nice to get a gift. Absolutely. I love gifts. Everyone loves gifts. But if you don't have the money, or if you just, let me be real with you, if you just don't want to give that person a gift for whatever reason, then don't do it. Just because somebody gave you something doesn't mean you have to give them something. Thank them politely and carry on about your business. It's very simple. I mean, you might look kind of schmucky, I'm not gonna lie, but it is what it is. You're not obligated. You're not obligated to do anything but, you know, but you. That's it. That's really what that's what it is. You don't have to give anybody anything just because they gave you something. I promise you, you don't. Now, if you know that you're gonna feel guilty about it, get them a little something, you know, a little knick-knack, whatever the case is. Get them a fruitcake. I know a lot of people hate getting fruitcakes. I never had it personally, but I heard that it tastes horrible. Get them a fruitcake. You know what I mean? Do something simple. That's really the only advice that I can give. If you really feel like you have to give them something, but you really don't want to, do that. But again, if you're grown, and we grown out here, you don't have to get them anything. All right. Now, that goes to my next point. Don't give somebody a petty gift just because you don't like them. If you don't like them, first of all, if you don't like them, then you probably shouldn't be talking to them in the first place. Don't be a fake friend. Don't be a fake acquaintance. Don't be a fake anything. If you don't like, look, if you don't like me, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. Okay? Just stay away from me. So don't give me like a petty gift because you have an issue with me. Because then that's just going to show how petty you really are. It's going to show how small you are. You know what I'm saying? It's not necessary. Just don't give anything. It's kind of like the old saying that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say nothing at all. All right, if you don't have a nice gift to give, don't give nothing at all. Don't give a petty gift because that's just, come on, that's tacky. Like, don't, on purpose. Now, if you give a gift that you actually do think is good and the person may think it's petty, then that's on them. You can't control how they're going to feel. You can't control what they perceive. Whatever the case is, if it came from a good place, if it came from a good heart, you gave it with a pure intention, and you really wanted the person to have this gift, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean that it's a petty gift. But you Again, if you're grown, you know the difference between petty and non-petty, and you know when you're trying to be petty. That's really all I had written down. There are quite a few things that I could go over. This kind of ties into the budget aspect of it. It's just, if you are gonna decide that you're gonna give somebody a gift, make sure you know the type of person that you're giving the gift to. And the reason I say this is because it's nothing worse than getting a gift that you absolutely hate, and you got to put on a fake face and be like, oh my God, this is what I wanted, and you hate it, right? You hate it, because then all you're doing is you're gonna re-gift it, or you're gonna return it, or I mean, if you gangster with it, you might just tell them to their face, yo, I don't like this, like, thanks, but no thanks. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of mean to do. So when you're giving gifts, make sure that you take into account the person that you're giving the gift to. Okay? Don't give somebody a pair of earrings that hates jewelry. Doesn't make sense. It's a waste of money. They're not going to wear it. You're going to feel funny. You're going to be like, yo, why are they not wearing my gift? What's the problem? Da 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 da. To avoid all of that, study the person. Some people, they're not going to just come outright and tell you what it is that they want. But people absolutely drop hints. You could be shopping in the mall, just out, you know, whatever the case is, and they, you know, whatever, they see something, oh, that's nice, that's nice. Listen, pay attention. They telling you right there, that's nice. That means that's something that they like, okay? We're not talking about the price tags right now. We're just talking about the specific item that they pointed out that they like, which means now you know their style. Now you know something specific that they like or whatever. You know, if you're kind of struggling and you don't want to ask this person. Another way that you can determine how to get something for someone without directly asking them, of course, you can go to like their family and their friends. Hey, what does such and such want for Christmas? Did she say what she wanted? Did he say what he wanted? What does he like? Whatever. If they have a hobby that they do, get them something that goes with the hobby. You know what I'm saying? Like if the person is an artist, get them art supplies. You know, if they like to draw, get them art supplies. Get them things like that. If they like to do, you know, I don't know, if they like to make clay or something, you know, like clay pots or whatever the case is, get them something that goes with what it is that they like to do. You can never go wrong in that case. Even if you haven't known them for a long time, even if you don't have a lot of money, even if you don't know that much about them, if you know at least one thing about them, something that they're into from, you know, outside, like, you know, hobby type standpoint, not their actual job, but what they do on the side. You know, if they're into YouTube, buy them a battery for their camera. Buy them an SD card. They'll use it. I promise you they will use it. It might sound like a stupid gift to you, but to a YouTuber, we like SD cards. Because why? We need SD cards. We need batteries. You know, if you're feeling real generous, buy them a camera. If they don't have a camera, if you notice that they need a camera to film, if they're talking about they want their quality to be a little bit better, or they've been eyeing a specific type of camera for X, Y, and Z reasons, if they breaking down stuff to you, if they get excited when they talk about it, pay attention to that. That's little tidbits, you know? Things like that. What else can I say? I think that's about it. You guys pretty much get the gist of it. The bottom line is don't overspend. Don't charge more than what you can pay. Pay attention to who you're giving the gift to. Determine first and foremost if you're doing only kids, if you're doing adults. Make sure they deserve a gift from you. If they've been, you know, acting stupid, if you're not really friends with them, don't buy them a gift. You're not obligated to buy any a gift. And in return, you're not obligated to give a gift just because someone gave you one. Don't be petty about your gift. And don't give a gift just to get one back. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that I helped you if you were struggling on what you should get somebody for Christmas. How do you spend for Christmas? How do you stay on budget for Christmas? Don't try to outdo anybody else. Like if you know Ricky sit here and he spends like $5,000 on his present, don't try to outdo him and then you in the poorhouse. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 7. And yeah, that's it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna see y'all later. Bye.